Welcome to the first horror game of this series, and of course, to Epic Games or Slop, the series where I'm playing through every single free Epic game that they ever released to determine whether or not they're worth giving it a shot yourself. Here's the 2 games that released free this week, and without further ado, my initial concern with this game is that it looked like AI at first, but good news, it's not. It's 3D voxel, and it's just oozing Stranger Things and early slashers energy. The best part about this game is how good it looks. The pixel art is all astoundingly good. The backgrounds, the characters, they all look really good. Actually, that's a lie. I didn't like the characters, but this one, the main character that I'm playing, looks like Jamie Page, so that's cool. Beyond that, though, this game is pretty lacking. Its combat is okay. It follows the Super Mario Bros. Format where you press A at the right time and it does more or less damage, or you block better. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not very fun. This is coming from somebody who really enjoyed Bowser's Inside Story, by the way. Another major problem with this game is that it plays very much like a fetch quest. You're constantly going from one place to another, and in one single room, you get 7 different missions to go collect different things to bring back to this guy. Also, I spent about 30 minutes trying to figure out where I was supposed to go next, just to learn that the case on the right had a bunch of dolls that were screwed down. But the case on the left, the one I didn't check because I think they would be screwed down, are not screwed down, and is in fact what I was supposed to do next. I had to look it up. I honestly had no idea where I was supposed to go. I've been realizing the more I talk about this game, I was just drawn in by their really good art style and then subpar gameplay. Oh, I did almost forget to mention though, the music in this game is very good. It really contributes to the vibe of the old horror aesthetic. Every track just felt like it fit the area that it was built around. But to answer the major question of this video, yeah, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to put this as Slop. It gets as close to not being Slop as you can get, but it misses the mark of being what I think is worth your time. I should also mention that the story for this game is a little all over the place, but I didn't really care too much because it played to its dumb slasher movie feel. The fact I'm only mentioning the story now should tell you enough. Anyways, on to our next game. Ludo, or the Spanish word for morning, is about what I was going to do when I realized how many horror games I was going to have to play. This is, in fact, the first horror game that I have to play in this series, and I know there are a lot more to come. To quell my fears, I enlisted my friend Adrian to help me play through it, because I am a little wuss. Of the many scary games that I have played, this one wasn't super strong on the fear aspect, but that's kind of because this Stanley Parable-like voice would talk about what I was doing constantly.
Sam gets ready to leave the house and
This
go
is
to
actually
work.
just Stanley Parable.
This is the horror Stanley Parable. I'm sorry.
Sorry, my gong fell over.
Yeah, we made jokes in the beginning, but I was quickly using these jokes to cope with my fear of this game. For starters, why this game works so well is it's built in Unreal, and it looks really, really good. Add on some really good sound design, and you have a really good horror game. As for the story, it's good enough to the point where I don't want to spoil it for you. It even dives into a lot of the game-like aspects that the story has, including diving into why the narrator is even there. And at one point in the game, and this isn't spoiling too much, the narrator actually pauses and exits out of the game. Horrible for my recording software, but it was really cool when it happened. The progression in this game, though, is a little bit where it loses me. Some of the puzzles can be pretty obscure in their nature, and we did have to look up one part just because I was tired of walking around the same room for a while. This could just be me being blind, but it could also be that this was a singular painting, and I'm just blind, aren't I? This leads me to the proud conclusion that this game is, in fact, not Slop. In fact, I would say that even if you're not privy to playing horror games, that you should give it a try. And if you're like me and you can't really stomach them that well, just pick up one of your friends and make fun of it the entire time. Thanks so much for watching this video, and if you like this at all, I have more episodes available on my channel. I plan to do this for a while, so subscribe. Thanks.